Dear passenger, your train 2025 is about to arrive at the station. Please put aside your memories, adjust your mood, and prepare to transfer to train 2026. This train's destination is 2026. It is strictly forbidden to bring dangerous items such as sadness, worries, or pain. Please bring happiness, health, and good luck as you board the train. Happiness is coming soon. Have a pleasant journey. Today, our theme is 2026 is a pivotal year. Many will not survive. I'm not exaggerating. I've never liked to overstate things, and everything must be based on evidence. So, where does this evidence come from? It's not something I've fabricated, but rather it stems from the wisdom passed down from our ancestors, wisdom contained within the I Ching. The core wisdom of Chinese culture is actually contained in one word: positioning. You need to be clear about where you are right now, what stage you're in terms of time, and where you stand in terms of space. If your positioning is accurate, everything will naturally go smoothly. If your positioning is wrong, no matter how hard you try, it will be in vain. So, what is our current temporal positioning? We are in a period of dramatic transformation, known as a change of fortune. What is a change of fortune? It's a shift in cosmic energy, and our energy changes accordingly. In short, it's the 3 cycles and 9 periods. The past 20 years, beginning in 2004, have been the period known as the 8 periods. In the I Ching, the 8 periods correspond to the Zhen hexagram, which represents a mountain. Therefore, during these 20 years, the world witnessed a surge in construction, building, and land speculation. Real estate investment reached its peak during this period, and those working in real estate-related industries often experienced the fastest wealth growth. This is what is meant by luck or fortune. Doing the right thing during the right period allows one to rise with the tide. But fortunes always turn. The 8th period ended in 2023, and starting in 2024, we officially enter the next 20 years, the 9th period. The 9th period corresponds to the Li trigram, which represents fire. Imagine the enormous change from earth to fire. Earth is stable, tangible, and real houses don't move. Land is secure. Therefore, for the past 20 years, people have pursued stability, ownership, and real assets. But what about fire? First, it is bright and beautiful. Second, it is unstable. Third, it leaps upwards and changes with the wind. Fourth, it is illusory. You can see the fire, but you can't grasp it, and only ashes remain after it burns out. Therefore, the transition from earth to fire will bring about a 180-degree turn in the values, money-making methods, interpersonal relationships, and even the physical and mental state of every individual in society. This transformation won't happen overnight. 2024 and 2025 will be a transitional period. Earth and fire will meet here, one seeking stability, the other embracing fluidity. One grounded, the other ethereal and dreamlike. The collision and tug-of-war between these two distinct energies will naturally trigger tremendous upheaval. Why is 2026 specifically emphasized as a hurdle? Because 2026 is the year of Bingwu, with Bing fire in the heavenly stem and Wu fire in the earthly branch, fire upon fire, making it the year with the strongest fire energy. It can be said that the Li fire luck cycle truly begins to exert its power from this year. The chaos and tension of the past 2 years will reach their peak in 2026. All people and things not adapted to this intense energy may be completely incinerated by this fire. This is what is known as a catastrophe. This is not superstition, but an unavoidable phenomenon in the process of cosmic energy transformation. Who might be unable to overcome this disaster? The first type of person is someone with rigid thinking and who sticks to the rules. Their thinking remains stuck in the earth sign era, believing that a stable job, a few properties, and bank savings are enough to guarantee security. But in the fire sign era, these things might actually be the most dangerous. Fire represents speed and change, so blindly pursuing stability is no longer realistic. Technology is advancing rapidly. Skills mastered today may be obsolete tomorrow. Business models are also becoming increasingly virtualized. Intangible assets such as online platforms, traffic, culture, and brands may be more valuable than real estate. Those who cling to the idea of heavy assets and stability will suffer greatly. What they once took pride in suddenly becomes worthless, and their means of survival cease to exist. Those bound by old ways of thinking will be the first to be hit when a crisis erupts. The second type of person is someone who cannot calm their mind. The Li trigram corresponds to the human heart and also represents thoughts and emotions. With the arrival of the Li fire, the social atmosphere will become increasingly restless. Everyone CRAV's success, fame, and quick riches. Short videos attract attention, and article headlines become increasingly exaggerated. These are all manifestations of the Li fire. If your heart becomes restless, you will be swept up by various information and temptations. Following this trend today and imitating that one tomorrow, busy like a headless fly, ultimately gaining nothing and rapidly depleting your mental energy. Fire also symbolizes light illuminating everything. Past flaws, darkness, or anxieties that could previously be hidden are now laid bare under the bright light of the times. Consequently, psychological problems are on the rise: depression, bipolar disorder, insomnia, all stemming from an inability to keep pace with the times and a loss of control over one's inner self. Those who are restless and emotionally unstable will find it difficult to maintain their composure in such a turbulent era. The third type of person is someone whose character is inconsistent with their social status. A person's wealth determines the size of their house and the class of their car. This is called virtue matching status. If a person's virtue and contributions are inconsistent with their wealth, this is called virtue not matching status, and disaster will inevitably follow. During periods of strong mountain and earth energy, this problem is not obvious because the soil is thick and heavy enough to bear weight. Some morally corrupt people take advantage of loopholes, become wealthy, and outwardly live a life of luxury, but when the element of fire arrives, the situation changes. Fire represents light and possesses powerful purifying abilities, capable of eradicating all distortion, corruption, and injustice. Therefore, those who still pursue opportunism, stray from the right path, and rely on deception or immoral means will swiftly head towards destruction. Therefore, in this era, those who still attempt to profit through opportunism, unfair means, deception, or immoral methods will inevitably perish quickly. The Li hexagram consists of upper and lower yang lines and a middle yin line, representing outer strength and inner weakness, outwardly glamorous and successful, but inwardly empty, powerless, and lacking spiritual support. Such people are like paper lanterns. They look beautiful and shine brightly when lit, but a gust of wind can burn them down from the inside. In the future, we will see many once glorious individuals or companies suddenly collapse, the root cause of which lies in their weak internal foundations and the inability of their character to support their wealth and status. When the fire hexagram appears, you will eventually return to your original state. If you still want to take advantage of others or profit through improper means, I advise you to stop as soon as possible, because retribution will come swiftly and fiercely. The fourth category is people with disharmonious family relationships. Some may wonder, what does the changing times have to do with family? In fact, the two are inextricably linked. Chinese culture places great importance on family. Family is the foundation of every individual. Only with a solid foundation can the branches and leaves flourish. The external crisis represented by the Li fire hexagram is illusory. Ultimately, what provides stability and strength is your family. However, many people today have put the cart before the horse, devoting all their time and energy to external social engagements and career pursuits, while unleashing their worst temper on their families, believing that their families will never leave. No, that's wrong. Li can also mean separation. Seeing things too clearly makes one prone to criticism. Fire is impatient and lacks the tolerance of earth. Therefore, in the Li fire hexagram, conflicts between people will intensify, especially within the family, between spouses, and between parents and children. Even trivial matters may escalate into fierce arguments, divorce rates may be higher, and family breakdowns more common. If you destroy family relationships, it's like uprooting your own family. How can a tree without roots stand tall amidst external storms? When you're in pain and have no one to confide in, when you're exhausted and have nowhere to go, the inner torment and external chaos intertwine to create an unbearable predicament. Those who neglect their families and treat their homes like hotels are likely to stumble at this juncture. The above description is frightening, isn't it? So what should we do? Should we just sit and wait to die? Of course not. The wisdom of our ancestors tells us not to succumb to fate. The purpose of the I Ching in explaining change is precisely to teach us how to adapt. Since we know this challenge stems from the shift from earth to fire, we should adjust ourselves to adapt to the age of fire. How exactly should it be done? First, upgrade your mindset. Discard outdated and rigid ideas. Remember, the future is the arrival of the virtual era. Focus on the unseen and intangible things: ideas, creativity, culture, intrinsic qualities, and personal intellectual property. These are the most valuable qualities of the Li fire hexagram: continuous learning, maintaining an open mind, embracing new things, and accepting change readily rather than resisting it. The future is not about big fish eating small fish, but fast fish eating slow fish. The faster you adapt your thinking, the more opportunities you will have. Second, settle your mind. The more turbulent the outside world, the more you need to remain calm and composed. Your inner self should be like a deep pool, able to remain calm no matter how turbulent the external world is. The simplest and most effective way to do this is to return to traditional Chinese culture and study the Tao Te Ching, the Analects, and the I Ching. The wisdom of our ancestors is like a clear spring, capable of awakening a restless soul. You will gradually understand what is truly important and what is fleeting. Find your inner core. With it, you will not drift with the tide. You will understand your child's growth and changes, knowing what to do and what not to do. This is composure. Among the fire signs, maintaining composure is 100 times more important than wealth and ability. Third, cultivate virtue. Fire will burn away all hypocrisy. The only thing worth trusting is sincerity. Frequently ask yourself, am I honest? Am I responsible? Do I treat others kindly? Have I contributed to society? Don't think these words are empty rhetoric. In the future, a person's reputation and character will become their best credentials. Good character will naturally attract virtuous individuals and high-quality resources. Those of poor character, even with talent and wealth, will be avoided by others due to their untrustworthiness. The fire hexagram in the fortune-telling indicates an era of greater transparency in people's hearts, a time when everyone can distinguish between the virtuous and the wicked. Third, therefore, from now on, be an honest person, do things properly, and accumulate virtue. This is the most valuable capital you can build up for the next 20 years. Fourth, manage your family well. Starting today, spend more time with your family, chat with your parents, show concern for your partner, and spend more time with your children. Home is a recharging station, a safe haven. When family affairs are well organized and the foundation is solid, you will have a continuous source of motivation to face external challenges. Fourth, a harmonious family fosters inner peace. Inner peace leads to wisdom, which in turn allows one to see the right path and make the right choices. This creates a virtuous cycle. Never underestimate the power of family. The enduring legacy of Chinese culture for 5,000 years is not due to superior weaponry, but rather to family culture. This is our true treasure. For some, it is truly terrifying. They may lose a great deal, but for others, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a chance for rebirth. This fire will burn away outdated and obsolete patterns, while simultaneously giving birth to something new and vibrant. The key question is, are you a pile of dry wood destined to be burned, or can you be refined into real gold? Real gold is not afraid of fire. Fire will only make it shine brighter. The choice is ours, a single thought, to cling to the past and be left behind by the times, or to adapt and go with the flow. Don't blame fate or complain about how fast the times are changing. Change is the only constant in the universe. The first character in the Book of Changes is Yi, which means change. As inheritors of Chinese culture, we should be the ones who understand change best and are the ones who can adapt to it best. By 2026, it won't be a disaster for you. Instead, it will be a new starting point. While others are still confused, fearful, and helpless, you will have settled down and seen the direction clearly. At that time, opportunities will be everywhere. There are no insurmountable obstacles in the world, only people who give up. And that person is often ourselves. Your destiny is in your own hands. Remember, those who follow the will of heaven prosper, those who defy it perish. Here, heaven doesn't refer to God, but rather to the laws governing the universe and the trends of the times. Understanding these trends, adapting to them, and improving ourselves, this is the only and best answer we have to face the challenges of 2026.